Hi-yo!
Hey, what's up, Hookah Domainers? This is Silencer.
He said meaners.
That's Tony. That's also Cryptic Mac. But I was bringing this one up close to you guys today because we're going to be doing a little equipment review for you. This is the Pyrex Cyclone Bowl, sent over by Jonathan from Sahara Smoke. You good? Okay, just making sure. But he sent us over this one a little ways back. If you get in close, you'll see it's a little marked up from us having used this thing several times before. We wanted to get a review out there because a lot of people have been asking about this. This is just me. Were you going for the ear? Were you looking for a piercing there? Or?
Going for the ear.
Okay.
If I want to pierce you, I have the needle.
Get away from me with the needle one. But anyway, this stuff is made from Pyrex glass, which anyone who's taken basic chemistry knows is the specially treated glassware that they give you to work with, beakers, test tubes, things like that, in chemistry labs. It's resistant for heat up to and past 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, probably around closer to 1,500 or so. So don't worry if you have like 1,001 coconaras on this thing, you're probably still not going to reach up over 1,000 degrees. If you do, you got much bigger problems than worrying about melting your Pyrex bowl. But,
my house is on fire!
Yeah, notably the giant hole you just burned in your ceiling. But, again, this one, it's nice because it has an even heat distribution, which we're going to demonstrate here in a little bit whenever we get this stuff hooked up. But, again, it's a really nice little bowl. It actually has a really nice aesthetic to it, too, so it matches with a lot of the Sahara products. I like the swirl pattern on this one, plus I'm a fan of the color blue.
Swirlies!
Exactly. But, again, we'll be back in here in just a second or so. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like straight out of the box, and we'll have another discussion about how it's smoking and what it does here in just a second.
And we're back.
And we're back. Okay, so continuing our discussion about the Pyrex bowl, we have that on there now. We threw some epic smoke in just for the heck of it. Just wanted to see how it was going to burn. One thing about this bowl that you're going to notice immediately is that it is very shallow. So you're not going to be able to fit as much stuff in there. It's designed for shorter sessions, I believe.
Yeah, it's super shallow. I mean, the first time we used it, we scorched the hell out of our shisha because we didn't realize it was that shallow. And
yeah, the way the rim is done, it keeps the bowl at a very small dimension, so you really can't put a ton of stuff in here. It may not be ideal for some of the more wet tobaccos. Just because, again, by volume, you're not going to be able to hold as much of it in there. But for Hookah Freak and Hookah, that would be perfect. It's good for a nice, easy, 1-hour session max. And the best part is, the Pyrex, by its nature, for those who have not messed around in a chemistry lab before, has an even heat distribution property to it, wherein it takes all the heat gathered on one center, notably all the heat we're putting on the top of it, and distributes it across the entire bowl. Now, it does make it rather warm for doing this, but what this does have an advantage of doing is heating the underside of the bowl as well. Which means that the stuff on the bottom is going to get cooked at an even rate as the stuff that's closest to the coals on top. So that's a really, really nice thing to do because it brings a balance to your session. It'll prolong the experience by keeping all of it at an even radiant amount of heat, as opposed to trying to do, you know, just what's up here and then making your way down through the shisha you've packed. This way, it does all of it at once, which is nice.
Yeah.
But again, you know, this stuff is durable as hell. I mean, you can throw this sucker down a flight of stairs and you're probably not going to break it unless you were trying to deliberately. So there is a durability aspect to it as well.
Unless it's cement.
Well, yeah, unless... Okay, yeah, I sort of figured unless it was cement was implied, Tony. Furthermore, who says cement?
I say cement.
Who says cement? It's cement.
I say cement.
Cement. Cement.
Cement.
I hate you. But anyway...
It's like Cool Whip.
No, I will beat you with that. He went for like 45 minutes with that Family Guy sketch. Anyway, yeah, but if we had to... I'd say this is a good bowl to pick up. I think it's useful. Now, the drawback is that even heat distribution that I was telling you about, how the whole bowl gets at a consistent, constant temperature, if you overheat it, that means all of it's overheated.
So we scorched our whole bowl.
Yeah, we've done that before whenever we were playing around with this thing the first time. Like, I wonder what will happen when... No, you will completely wreck your session if you get too much heat on this thing. You'll have to let it radiate down and cool off a little bit.
Yeah.
So, very touchy there, because if you screw up and you put too much, You won't know until after you've cooked about everything that's in the damn bowl.
Yeah. Because we only were using 2 cocos, and first time we used it, threw the windscreen on it for maybe 3 minutes. And, you know, started getting harsh, took it off, it stayed harsh for like 15.
Oh, yeah. Whereas other times it'll just auto-adjust based on air pretty quickly. This will cause you to have, if you get a bad smoke or harsh smoke coming through, for it to linger for a while, and you'll have to autocorrect. So, again, you have to be a little bit careful with it. So it requires a bit of a delicate hand, but all in all, it's a nice little bowl to pick up. Capacity is a bit of a drawback, like I said before. The shallowness of the bowl is a bit of a drawback, but as far as doing things like Hookah Freak or Hookah Hookah is concerned, this one would be perfect. I would love to see if he would make, or if Jonathan was from Sahara would come out with a deeper or a wider Pyrex bowl like this one, because I really think it would accommodate a lot of the other shishas out there better, and again, it would be a much-needed upgrade for the product. But as it stands right now, it's a very good bowl. I would recommend picking it up.
Yes. And before you start questioning, well, they're saying, overheating too much windscreen, bad thing. We have the windscreen on because our Coconaros are like maybe the size of peas.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a little while, and we needed to concentrate the smoke a little. So we've been burning on this for a little while now.
But for 3 puny, it was probably about an hour into the session when we switched out for to do this review, and the coals were pretty small.
Say maybe slightly less than half. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Slightly less than halfway burnt consumed.
And we're getting decent clouds with windscreen on a Pyrex with just 3 baby cokes with the windscreen.
Yeah, I mean it performs remarkably well. But again, as far as a number is concerned, because of the overheat problems and the fact that it is very shallow, I'm going to say 7.5.
Yeah.
I think that's a good number for this. It has some room for improvement, but as a product as it stands right now, it is above average and it is a good product. I would just like to see some changes made to incorporate, some of the gripes that we have to be addressed in the next set he gets. But anyway,
all right.
I'm Silencer. That dude over there is Cryptic Mac and Tony. You guys take it easy and stay tuned for the next review. Peace.
Cool Whip.